Okay, well, this is the big story of the NRL at the moment, the poor form of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The coach is still confident that he can get this team back this year, but the start has been very ordinary, to say the least. What is going on at the Bunnies?
But it's been a tough start. It's really been a tough start. He just said the right things there. They've got to train hard and turn it around. But I believe their forward pack doesn't have the punch in them. And they're playing off the back foot.
But they got Origin and rep stars everywhere in that pack, Gordon.
But they're still not playing. Like
Origin rep stars.
They haven't beat anybody up since Sam and Teo left. And then that's my opinion. I don't think that their pack dominates. I think they play off the back foot.
And they're slow out wide.
Yes, and they got
Alex Johnson's not slow.
Well, I tell you
Alex Johnson could beat the rest of them wearing thongs.
But
the rest are slow, trust me.
Yeah, but young Mariner went around him the other week for the Broncos.
Adam Reynolds, 2 years ago they said was bust, or 3 got out of there, ran down Cody the other day.
I think there's been some tactical mistakes. So moving Keon Koloamatangi to the left edge, the idea was that you're going to have Cody Walker, Jack White and Keon Koloamatangi, AJ on the wing. You've got this, hot left edge stacked. Yeah, but unfortunately, they're all getting in each other's way. No, but I'm just saying this is an example of part of the problems. If you want to peel back the layers, that's one example.
That's the surface level of the problem. The problems go much deeper at the club. The club's got this refusal to actually admit to it. Yeah, there's a couple of things you don't want to hear if you're a fan. One is the coach has got the full support of the board. That's yet to be said. Another one you don't want to hear is the coach coming out saying, I'm the man to turn him around. Now, when I hear Jason Demetriou say that, and look, I'm not going to go after his job, right? I like the man. I think he's a good person. I think he deserves a chance. But if I'm giving him advice, he's saying too much because he's got nowhere to go. He came out last Thursday, day before the game, and he gave all his answers about, no, we'll handle it, we've dealt with it. Then they went out and they got 48 put on them by the Roosters the next day. So what he said after the game was exactly what he said before the game, except there's a 48-point flogging in between. He came out after the game, he gave all the correct PR answers, but he's given himself nowhere now to go. If they don't win, if they don't start winning immediately, and they don't start putting some wins together, you're going to go, well, hang on, this is the guy who told us a month ago he's got the answers, we need to start working on it. Well, where is it? You've got to have somewhere to go.
That's what worries me. They're lacking energy, they're lacking enthusiasm, they're lacking intent.
And they've got the wrong squad.
They're the simple things, really, that create successful rugby league teams, but they're the basics. You talk about a lack of confidence. They've got a lack of confidence at the moment, which therefore all of them have got doubt in their mind, which causes hesitation. And hesitation in rugby league is a killer. You can see the bounce of the ball. They're not jumping on the loose ball. The 1%ers, their kick chase, their speed of the line. These are all pretty simple things that you've got to be good at to compete in this competition. And they couldn't get that right against their arch enemy on the weekend with their backs against the wall.
Is Latrell the fullback? Like over
the weekend, should he be fullback or not?
Centre. Well, because there's talk that Latrell should be a centre where he gets better quality ball.
Fullback? Put Jack back there, do they?
Well, you don't know. There's got to be somewhere in the system.
They've got a kid called Jai Gray.
There's got to be somewhere in the system, like that's your recruitment, to have like a backup just in case he goes down. Right, but the fullback has become an effort role where Latrell's a strike weapon. It's like a GI. It's a powerful, give him the ball 8 times a game and see what he does instead of all that running. Is that Latrell's position in the centres as a strike?
Well, I agree with you, Gordon. I think that Latrell would probably be better served at this point in time moving to left centre, but I do worry about how he would receive that news and how he would react to that.
Well, he's only going to look back at all of his old footage from the Roosters and when he's at his best. It's in the centres.
I don't think
when he's dominated State of Origin, it's been in the centres. When he gets quality ball, he makes people look. He makes them look like
he's
kids.
a phenomenal player. He's a game breaker in every sense.
Everybody just kicks him. So he's running 40, 50,
struggles.
60 metres every time before he gets the ball.
Like you look at the great fullbacks in our game, and they're there before the play's there. They preempt it. They're moving before the ball goes. They're on the bike. They're on the bike, right? There's a Latrell positional play in defence. He gets caught out a lot. He's very rarely in the frame at the last second when there's a try or where he's got an opportunity to save a try. That's where he needs to improve on. That comes down to fitness too, Gordy. Comes down to being one of those high-energy fullbacks. They're just different. He plays differently.
They run more than any other player in the game, the fullbacks. Do we want him doing that, or do you want him to be a strike player?
You mentioned positional changes. I feel like JD's throwing darts at the moment a little bit.
Definitely.
You got Hawkins coming in for Ilias. Not sure about that. Then you've got Havili starting, Cook back to the bench. Not sure about that. And then this week, I'm hearing they could make a few more changes. But is he making the right changes? And is there?
I don't think he's got the
is
right
there a
squad,
clear?
bro.
Is there a clear vision behind these decisions?
No, I think they're panic decisions because of the poor results and the way that they've started. I think the plan going in was that they were going to win games. Lockie was going to be the halfback. JD's gone on the record saying that Lachlan Ellis will be one of the greatest halfbacks South Sydney's ever produced. He has pushed all in on him a long, long time ago, and now to abandon him at this stage, I don't think it's the right call.
Yeah, I don't. They're in need of a rebuild, Rabbitohs. I think the signs sort of started to come last year. No one really identified it, but I think the way they've gone this year, to Gordon's point, that they get beaten up through the middle, so they need some authority in there.
They got
need to go-
representative
They can't
players.
rebuild. They
They've
can't
got
rebuild.
representative players all
I get
through
it,
their
but Roosters
forward
made
pack.
over 300
Cameron
more
Murray's
metres.
a superstar,
We
right?
get that.
Jai Arrow plays for Queensland. Keon Colomatungi plays for New South Wales. Tom Burgess plays for England.
And they've just re-signed Cook, Walker, and Latrell on big deals. So hey, where's the money to
Well,
rebuild?
this is where they've erred, is that they've pushed all in big money on those three key position players, and at the moment they're not getting value for money.
Yeah, interesting. It's a tough one. Now, you talk about speed. You've mentioned it a few times, the lack of speed. Now, they had a chance to get Dom Young and Addo Carr, missed out.
Well, like Dom Young was delivered on a plate last year by Sam Burgess, ready to go, all done, agreed. And because of the infighting at the club, which they still deny actually happens, but then Dom Young was knocked back by the coaching staff, didn't go there, gone to the Roosters, kicks on, and the fact that they are so light on speed, and they've knocked back a guy like this who just, honestly, they couldn't get near him on the weekend. It just shows, like, it makes you wonder about the decisions that have been made within the club. You know, Addo Carr floated around the club a few years back before he went to Canterbury, was willing to go there, wanted to go there. For whatever reason, the club said no. Again, another absolute flyer. Like, there's another guy that just give him the ball and off he goes. And when you see that, to your point, you know, against the Broncos, really exposed the lack of speed that's in South Sydney.
Yeah.
They're wide. Like Martinez and Cobbo and all that, Mariner, sorry, Cobbo, they just really exposed where where Souths are at as far as they made numerous breaks, and within about 15, 20 metres, they were run down.
The glaring one's Dom Young, because they had him.
Oh, that was done.
He was
over
there,
the line.
and then
But I believe, is this right, that I think the coaching staff stepped in because Sam had basically
Because Sam
been a
had delivered him.
pivotal, played a key pivotal role
that's
in
my
making
understanding.
the
That's my
introductions and everything, getting the deal done.
And so the problem with that for the club, and this is what South fans have got a right to start getting the shits a bit, right? Is because Souths are in denial about any of this sort of stuff going on, where it's very clear that the internal fighting within the club was such an issue that Dom Young, who was ready to go there, didn't go there. Yet the internal fighting stopped that happening. And yet the club sits back and goes, there's nothing going on here. It's media beat up. It's people just don't want us to be successful. It's a load of rubbish.
Well, they need to stop playing the blame game. Stop blaming everybody else.
And they're doing it at every level, Hoops.
because it's
we saw that in the paper on the
inflating
weekend.
internally.
Yeah.